Hi, this is Sam. One topic that I had recently began to explore was the idea of non-visual mind mapping. And there was a gentleman where I used to work who was using a mind mapping app on his iPad. And so the question was, well, how can you, speaking of structuring information, how can you present that information non-visually and make a mind map available to somebody who's blind? Mind map is really a very simple concept. You start with an idea, and from that idea you come up with other ideas which are related to your first idea. So you branch out. It's kind of like inspiration, but it's a way of structuring your ideas or your information where you show the relationships between them by branching out and creating tree nodes, like a tree. And so it's very similar to Windows Explorer. We were actually able to create the mind mapping structure in Windows Explorer using folders, where you start with your first idea, and then inside those folders you create nested folders, which are the branches off your first idea. And so you basically show how each idea is related to the other ideas on your mind map, and how they expand and how they go off of the nodes of your original idea. So the question is, can that be done non-visually? I would think that it would simply be a tree control, where you would have nodes that expand and collapse off of each node of the tree. So can that be done verbally using VoiceOver? And then the next step from that would be to turn it into some sort of tactile format that could be explored without using speech.
So that's what exactly we've done, me and my split personalities. We provide a personal database where you can aggregate information of any type: web, PDF, audio, video, location, time, and I've built in text-to-speech capability. So the idea of, from a concept of empowerment, let's say you took page 5 of a 100-page PDF and you decide to save it in the database. You have automatically text-to-speech is generated for you and is associated with that item. And likewise, you can categorize that PDF by giving it your own description of the content. So you could describe it in the way you want it, and you wouldn't have to be reliant upon the words within that page. Likewise, you could aggregate web content with that. You could aggregate audio and video with that under your high-level description, i.e. your mind map concept. So I've come here just to be able to see how exactly I can structure the user interface, since I can harness iOS's accessibility capabilities with the built-in text-to-speech capability which I wrote, and how can I express that in user interface which makes the best sense for you guys.
Got any volunteer testers that you want to?
Questions, any volunteer testers? You might tweet or email.